Everyone and welcome to my channel, Legit After Gaming here. And so I thought I would make kind of my an opinion video. My first one, pretty much on my new channel, so I don't know how this is gonna go, but so essentially the issue is the fact that in a recent update, not the DLC mind, not the new DLC, in the recent update, they've added a new currency, the so-called acorns. So basically this is like essentially supposed to be, well, like I'll just show it. It's basically microtransactions, yes. So like the issue here is the fact that they've added microtransactions to Charles Fusion, and like nobody asked for it really. Like just think about it, nobody asked for it. So yeah, you have go to store and there's yes microtransactions. You have you can buy up to 6,000 acorns, 8,000 acorns for $30. That's pretty ridiculous, right? Now, just want to point out that this is my personal opinion and does not reflect the opinion of developer, publisher, or the gaming community. So, I'm kind of divided on this issue, to be honest, because while it's obviously we're sick of microtransactions and full price releases, yes, true. And like it's really annoying when you even like a year after the game is out, if they add microtransactions. By that time the game is not doesn't cost as much, but at the same time, still we hate them microtransactions. But on the other hand, like I actually have to say I don't mind them too much, but that's because I'm not gonna use them, if you think about it. So essentially, let me explain why I think they're okay. So if you go to a garage, you have all the bikes here. So say I bought a kit for this bike, 1,000 acorns. Yeah, it gives you for only 400. So like the new currency, it's really cosmetic. Like look at it. Why would you want to get this in the first place if you're only gonna use this bike for like first set of tracks? Obviously it's not even that bad. And yes, you basically have skins for each bike. So let's say you have Raymond Roach. You have this skin, but like the standard stuff is all good. And yeah, by the way, just want to mention that all the standard stuff like the clothing and the bike skins that like from the base game that hasn't been added, it's still for the in-game currency, so it's not useless as some people might say. And so yeah, at the same time with the DLC you can get like this, or you can redeem this on Uplay, which is perfectly functional. Like you don't have to buy those things essentially. So like people that kind of rated 0 because just microtransactions are kind of wrong, because really you have to do some more research before you state something. So okay, have more achievement. Why am I saying achievements? I mean scans. They also bought for like acorns, but like the default ones are perfectly functional, like, and you can still buy them for in-game currency. Better yet, say if you have the season pass, you get this skin with the DLC for free, and like it's the best skin for this bike. It's like I don't see a reason to buy the other skins. So really, just this stuff is purely cosmetic. Like you don't need it in the first place. Okay, you don't even have skins for this bike. And so this brings me to the point that even though I kind of hate microtransactions, the stuff for this game, doesn't affect the gameplay in any way. Yes, okay, you get some cool skins, sure, whatever. But like, do you even have a reason to buy them? I mean, think about it. Do you really need a reason to buy them? Buy the skins for your bikes or items for your rider. because all the base stuff is still for in-game currency and it's perfectly functional. Like all the standard skins, you can still buy them for money. But then you have these skins, which are, you know, like masks and items. Yes, they're for acorns. But like microtransactions in this case, they don't help you win anything essentially. They don't change your gameplay in a big sense. I'm actually gonna buy this. Let's buy that while it's cheap. Yes. I didn't care. So, and like brings it to the point that yes, okay, you have to buy these skins, but they're like so few. They don't really affect your gameplay in any way, in any sense. All the standard stuff is still for money. And then you also get, that's what the DLC, you get like these two items which are free. So really, I mean, microtransactions, yeah, but at the same time, and yes, you can also, looks like you can earn acorns through tournaments and stuff, which seems okay, though I haven't checked how much you actually get for it. I guess it depends on your placement. And so really, in a sense that you can't really complain about microtransactions in this game because it doesn't really add much to the game experience, because all you get is just cosmetic items for your riders and skins for your bike. Yeah, so what, like some of these look cool, but like, do you really need these? That's it. That's the real question. Do you really need these? If the normal stuff is still perfectly functional. So pretty much. And yeah, you get like, get a bunch of skins. You have like 3 costumes for male rider, and then like 7 helmets, and then for female rider you get 7 helmets, and then you have 3 costumes. So really, like, it's not really bad. Pretty much. Yeah, like this you're redeemed for Uplay, and it still works perfectly fine. See, I really don't see a reason why you would want to get these in the first place, because they don't add anything to the game. This currency is just there if you want to buy this. But then if you buy it into it, then you cannot be complaining about it because you have yourself to blame. Because they really don't change anything about the game. Just have this additional layer of currency which just adds a bunch of cosmetic items like body kits for your bike, which is basically like paint, different paint, and then yeah, and it doesn't affect the game in any kind of way. You don't have to buy into them. The game doesn't ask you to spend it to like on everything. You just get a few extra skins, which this currency is used for, and you don't have to buy that. Oh, that's weird. I know I'd clicked on that. Now I have this equipped. Just kinda glitched or something. So yeah, all you get is a few body kits, which is essentially, they're not even body kits, they're just paint work. You get the same standard body kits with the game, and it still costs the in-game currency. And you don't really have to buy into the into those skins, and so you don't need to spend money on the microtransactions because there's no reason for them to be there. Like, yeah, true, I have to admit, you know, also not a big fan of microtransactions myself, but me, I never buy into them. And yes, I know, like, you know, say free-to-play games, they force you to do that, yes, true, but this game doesn't. This game just gives you a couple extra skins, which you can spend acorns on in your currency, but but it doesn't force you to do that. It doesn't force you to do so. You can totally skip them unless you're a person who wants to collect all the skins and outfits and stuff for this game. You don't have to spend money on this. Yes, your price is gonna say like ridiculous, 1508 coins, and you don't know like how much you get through the tournaments, but once again, you don't have to buy that. You don't have to buy these items. You don't have to buy these outfits. Doesn't change the game in any kind of way. They're just there as an additional layer. Yes, like I think they should have just made it into the in-game currency. Just add the skins with the DLC, so you know you add the DLC and you can get all these items and stuff instead of having to buy them with an additional currency. But once again, if you spend money on this stuff, then you have yourself to blame. Frankly, you have yourself to blame because it's your fault for buying them. You don't have to buy them. They don't serve any kind of purpose for you except for just to buy some stuff. And you don't have to, yeah. Doesn't affect the gameplay in any sort of way. And yes, I just want to point out that this actually came with an update rather than the DLC. For those people saying, so this new DLC does not include the it was not brought with the DLC. And yes, we don't like microtransactions in priced games, but in this case, you don't have to buy into these. Once again, you don't have to buy these. They're completely optional, and the game doesn't force you to buy them. All you get with them is the new skins and outfits. Skins for your bikes and outfits for the rider. That's it, that's what you get. You're not forced to buy into these. And all the old gear is still perfectly functional with the in-game currency. You still buy them for the in-game currency. So it's not like it changes everything and you cannot customize your riders without paying money for the Acorns currency. You can still buy the standard stuff that came with the game for the in-game money. So it doesn't change that. All you get is a few extra points, like from all this, say, well this one is, you have to play the Trust Frontier on mobile. Yeah, this, and this, and this, and this, and this. They're all good with, on their own, and you don't have to buy them. They come with the standard game, and they're like, a couple of these come with the DLC, but they're also free. And then you just get 7 helmets and 3 outfits. That's it. And it doesn't add much to the game, and it doesn't force you to do anything with it about it. Just there for you to use. And so it comes to the point that people say, oh, you know, like it's added microtransactions and stuff. First of all, the DLC did not add that, it was the update. And second of all, you don't have to buy these. They're completely optional. You don't have to spend your money on these items, on the Acorns. You don't have to pay like 30 bucks to get 8,500 of these. You don't have to do that because it just exists. So if you buy into them, you have yourself to blame because you just went to spend money on it, even though you actually never needed it in the first place. So this is the reason why I think they're somewhat okay to be in this game, because they're absolutely optional and only used for cosmetic items. And so at the moment, unless they change something, they're not that bad. Microtransactions for this game are not that bad. You're not forced to buy anything with them. It's all up to you. It's all up to you if you want to buy them or not. I would not recommend to, because you know it's just stupid. Why would you? But you don't have to. And so in this case, because it is completely up to the player if they want to buy the new currency so they can spend money on skins or not. It's all up to them. So that's why I think it's not really that bad that you have microtransactions in this game, because you don't use them. Like, you know, me, I'm not gonna use them whatsoever. I'm not gonna buy these skins. I don't care about them. So like, I don't even care. Yeah, there's like this layer, this extra layer of currency on, but I'm not gonna use it. Like, I have no reason to. I have no wish to do so. And while I do have to agree with people that saying yes, okay, obviously we're sick of microtransactions in our games, the price games especially, games that you already paid money for. But based on all the points that I said, all about this, they're somewhat reasonable. We never asked for them, but they're not too bad. Anyways, this has been Microtransactions Gaming. I decided to make an opinion video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you later.